All right. We are all set for Contra. This is Contra Shattered Soldier with Power Up's very own Liv Fairlight. Take it away.
Whoa, that's me. Wouldn't you know that? Hey, you probably remember me from hosting and stuff. I do a lot of that. I also play video games fast sometimes. This is one of them. Yeah. This is the one Contra game that I've played a lot of and have somehow not 1cc'd. This will not be a 1cc. We'll talk more about that when we get closer. I believe we did have a bid war going. What was the result of that?
So the result of that is Lucia at $10 and Bill Reiser at $10.
Alright, well, we're sticking with Lucia because it's my speedrun, and I'm...
Yeah!
Yeah. You should have donated more if you wanted Bill Reiser. Alright. So, Zelo is going to be doing commentary for me. I'm going to be concentrating a lot. There's a couple of, very tight fights where I'll need to concentrate. So, he's going to be doing a lot of the explanations. I'll try to jump in and talk about what I'm doing when I can. But, for the most part, Zelo is going to be holding down the fort anyways. Let's get started.
Hey, yo, that's me. I don't really play this game. I haven't played this game in forever, but I'm here because Liv wanted me here.
Yeah. So the most important thing about this game is the soundtrack absolutely bangs. It's Sota Fujimori and Akira Yamaoka. If you've played any Konami games, you might have heard of both of them.
Wait, the Silent Hill guy?
The Silent Hill, the Bimani games. They just absolutely shredded on this soundtrack. We're going to go ahead and get started with the run proper now. Time is going to start when we get control of Lucia at the beginning of this first stage. We are on STA timing.
Good luck, have fun.
Oh, yeah. Alright, and time is in 3, 2, 1.
Alright, so the Shattered Soldier is a 2D Contra, just like previous ones like Contra 3, Hardcore, and such. One of the main differences is that we don't have power-ups like you do in the other games. You have your 3 main weapons the entire time. You have the machine gun, the flamethrower, and the grenade launcher at all times, and they all also have the charging attacks. This is really important because the flamethrower charge attack is by far the most important weapon for DPS. Shoots this really long boom and fully charged, lots of good damage, and it's definitely got this most decent. Even the regular flamethrower is pretty good right here. Other things we need to note about is that this is the 80% all stages categories. And in order to play all stages in this game, to play anything past stage 5, you need to have an A rank by the end of stage 5, and at the end of stage 6 as well, if you have to play stage 7.
Stupid death.
That happens. So you're going to see this hit rate counter at the very top. Static targets in this game give hit rate, and you need at least 85% to have an A rank for the stage. Now we did do some testing a while back that the Japanese and US versions are a little bit different in terms of how they determine how you proceed past stage 5, and I believe you are playing the Japanese version, correct?
I did take a death on the climb, so we're going to take an extra cannon or two just for making up time, because the other options are a lot more time consuming.
Yeah, so as far as hit rate goes, like I said, static targets give you a certain amount, but for every death you take in a level, you lose 2% at the end of the stage, and continues cost 10%, which we actually do have one intention to do that we'll talk about. But that's the gist of this. We need to keep our hit rate high enough in order to be able to play through the entire category.
That actually didn't cost us too much time.
Yeah, it should be fine.
We're only about maybe 5 seconds behind where I would normally want to be. It's not too bad.
Yeah. So we got the Snow Worm coming up right here, one of our many bosses. This game is very, very much mini boss and boss rush mode, a lot like Alien Soldier was, if you're familiar with that. We're going to bait it over, going to the right here. We're going to hopefully be able to get it in just a couple cycles coming through, because this is a pretty costly one. It's pretty costly, unfortunately, because you have to wait for the entire Snow Worm animation to jump towards you, before the boss is considered like killed, and that can be a while if you're on bad end cycle to kill it. Not a huge deal though.
Phase 2 1 cycle, we'll take it.
This
I
game is
wanted to
also
pop in here to just say hello to our raiders from Skybells.
Hello, Raiders.
Hello Raiders, welcome in y'all. This game is very heavy on tributes. You might remember this from Contra 3 Stage 3, if you're familiar with that. And speaking of Contra 3 references, the first boss might seem a little familiar right here. Say hi to Mr. Heli Robo. Instantly getting crushed by Taka. So Taka actually has 2 phases in this game. We need to destroy the head in order to advance the fight, but Liv's also going to use the grenade launcher in order to get the bottom part, because the bottom part does count for hit rate, and we do want those points.
Got it.
Nice. Alright, phase 2 of Taka is unfortunately really annoying. We can only do damage when he's either vomiting or when he's panting. We can unfortunately have a phase where he's not doing anything. He gives us the bomb first. This is good luck right here.
Yes, good.
Let's see what attack he gives next right here. Unfortunately, not the one we want. So this is what we don't want to see. This game is very, very RNG heavy if you're going for a good time, because there's just a lot of one-phase segments. We kill him on the second bomb, perfectly fine. Overall, a good first level.
Yeah, 1 silly death. We're a little behind, but not the end of the world.
As you see on the results screen, we have 87% after that 2% life penalty, and we still have an A. Since we are, I believe, playing the Japanese version, we have kind of a rolling average, where as long as we have 85% across the 5 initial stages, we'll be able to advance.
Nope, I was wrong about that. It was the same in every region. We're playing NA. It's actually based on the letter grade average, because Konami is very smart.
Gotcha.
That is beyond the scope of this. We're going to take some intentional deaths here on the flying submarine, because we want to abuse a game over reset on the next stage. And this is basically a long auto-scroller, so this is the best place to burn some lives.
Yeah, you actually get lives by, like, through playtime in this game. So Liv actually, you would normally start with 3, but Liv actually starts with like 7 lives to begin with, and you can get extra lives through points. But because of that, it's good for marathon safety, but it also means we do need to burn more lives in order to continue abuse in the next stage. But this is the perfect time to do that, since most of this is a nice little auto-scroller.
Yeah, having to like strategically route where you're going to take the deaths is kind of tricky, but there's a lot of spaces here and at the beginning of City where you can take deaths without it costing any extra time, so we're going to eat another death or 2 here on the flying submarine, then we'll eat some more deaths later.
This fight's actually interesting, particularly because for speed, we actually want to leave one of these cannons alive. There's a very long death animation if you destroy all the cannons, and it's significantly shorter to just skip one, forget about the hit rate on it, and just let the submarine pass by. Also picking up a little bit more hit rate from these missile guys. Because I believe we should be able to destroy pretty much everything else aside from that one cannon, so we should end at, what, 98%?
Percent minus everything that I lose from dying.
Yeah.
Well, since it is an auto-scroller, you mind if I jump in to read some stuff?
Yeah,
Go for it right here.
All right. Well, to all of those just joining us, you are watching Power Up with Pride 2026. We are raising money for Point of Pride, which is a trans-led 501c3 nonprofit organization that provides access to gender-affirming health and wellness services. The vast majority of recipients of their services are trans youth, folks living with disabilities and chronic illnesses, and folks living in rural and unaffirming regions. Your support ensures that they can receive the affirming care they need.
3, 4. We're going to take another intentional death here on this 5th volley.
Yeah, this
That would
also
set up
sets
a
up
charge
that
shot
perfect.
buffer, but we're not doing that strat because I don't want to. It only saves like a couple of frames. Not a big deal.
Yeah, and that's if you get the charge shot off perfectly, because if you release a charge shot too early, then you do get a small charge shot, but it does significantly less damage. So, sometimes the safe play is the right one.
Yeah, those partial charges are occasionally optimal, but they're very difficult to utilize properly, and I am not nearly good enough at gauging them to do so. Oops, shot too early. That's fine.
Yeah, good recovery.
Yeah, we're still right on pace where I want to be. Mid-boss, Zweihander. This guy's aggravating. He's got 2 pods. They move around really erratically. Once the pods are killed, he's free.
Yeah, ideally we'll take care of them in 3 shots each. Great on the first one.
Whiffed 1 shot, not too bad. We didn't get an extra life there, so lead to death there. I'm at 4 deaths, I think, for the stage. Take another death there.
You better keep count. Super Blood Wolf Moon has said they're putting up $50 per death on this run.
I did hear that.
Alright, that pretty much ends the auto-scroller part. We have just a small little side-scrolling section, and then we're going to get to the boss coming up. This does have some tight timing coming up, though. Like, some of the spacing's a little difficult.
Oh, really? Okay, sure. Why not?
Just think of it as 1 less life to burn on the next level.
I think I'm cutting it a little close, though. Is the problem.
Look, is it really Contra if you're not cutting it close? Well, we got Yokozuna coming up right here. You might remember him.
Yeah, he's been in a couple Contra games.
Just a couple. It's not really long fight. It's surprising how long this fight is, just because there's so many cutscenes in between every phase.
He wants to do his Goofy Run animation. Right now we're just basically at the mercy of RNG. Okay, cool. He can waste a lot of time deciding when he wants to jump over. Didn't quite get the shoulder pad off in time, so he's going to attack a little bit before he transitions into the mid phase. Okay, that wasn't too bad.
I am a simple woman. I see a mech doing a rocket punch, and I make an excited face.
Unfortunately, it is not that Mango Sentinel. Nixon 4, by the way. We're going to line up as close to this spot here. There's a magic pixel that saves a little bit of time. It was close enough.
So we should be able to do with this phase in 4 to 7 flame shots here, just depending on how good lift shots are.
6, not bad.
6 is fine. And in typical mech fashion, it's not over until it's really over, and we need to just deal with the legs. But thankfully, we can just burn them in fire until we're done. So that puts us at 86%, so we keep our A rank, so we're good. All right,
Yeah, if we
cities-
fall out of A rank, we can pull back up with an S rank on another level, but that's kind of a pain. It's not worth it.
Yeah, because you'd have to get 100% and not die at all, so that's really difficult. I'm going to let Liv focus because beginner city's really difficult, so it takes like 20 seconds for this.
Alright, we're through the scary part.
Yeah, nice job. Yeah, that screen can just go so haywire if you are off on any of your shots, especially the flyers. The flyers are especially known to do it. Speaking of flyers, you got the Flying Nest Garth. Like, this thing has very predictable movement, but it's also really awkward to hit, and the range of the shot is pretty narrow, so it can be difficult to tag it properly.
We could take a death there, but we're going to take it on the worm instead.
Yeah, so like we alluded to, this has the continued abuse coming up. After we get down this hallway section, we have the Mince Worm, and the Mince Worm has a really, really long death animation, to the point where if we finish the fight, die immediately, and then continue, the entire death animation skipped, and even with setting all of that up, that saves many, many seconds over waiting for it to go through the grinder, even though I do love the grinder death animation. And we've also got the 10% penalty for the continuing routed into this level. We get pretty much all the hit rate here, so that's not an issue. So we're getting just the last few hits here. Gonna take, very nice, take the first death, gonna take the second death. So even with having to take 2 right there, we've completely skipped all that animation and rushed ahead about like 10 to 15 seconds. Like, it's a huge time save. And now we also have full lives for the rest of the run, which is good marathon safety.
I jumped way too early.
Yeah, go. You can avoid the vomit if you're in the very top left when that happens, or if you're just directly over it. But ideally, you want to keep firing from here. The game's control is really great, and being able to like lock your angle and keep moving while still firing at that angle. Like, this game's really good about its controls.
Really? Okay.
How
Sure.
did that not yeah, I'm actually amazed that did not destroy it in one shot. Alright, well, the crawler tank right here is our third boss, and we've got a very long auto-scroller to start it off, so if we have any, like, other announcements or anything else we want to plug, now is a great time while we get through this first phase.
As a host, there is no phrase I love hearing more than long auto-scroller. Alright, so first off, to attend to some business, official business, we have a $10.02 donation from No More Funny Numbers, saying, I noticed the donation total ended with a 6-7, and that is far too much levity. Donating to restore some dignity to this event. So yes, thank you for your $10.02 donation. Now our donation total is at a much more sober amount.
Thank you for your nice work.
And that money did go to the Super Mario All-Stars Shuffler, adding that into Skybell's Shuffler pool, which we have until the end of this run to clear. We are about, looks like $170 away from that. But I believe in you, chat. We can do anything.
Yeah, y'all have about 20 minutes until the end of this run to make that happen, so please get your donations in if you want to see that. No, go ahead.
Just gonna point out that in addition, we added a new milestone. So not only are you donating to add a run to the Shuffler, you're also donating to upgrade the difficulty on Crow Country to Murder of Crows difficulty.
Oh no.
Oh, you're
We
fine.
just failed out. We're gonna have to S-rank the next stage.
I think the death penalty is unfortunately too much. We'll see at the end of the run, at the end of this level. This is the last phase right here. We just need to destroy the tail. Should only be a couple more shots to finish it off.
Yeah, it's gonna put me at 84%.
Yeah, that's right, because you have the 10% penalty and the M2.
Oh, it's because I missed the cannon. Alright, that's fine. We just have to get an S rank on Seabed.
And we do have backup strats if we don't get the S rank here. Like,
Yeah, it's
it
called
would be
practice mode.
yeah. So we'll be able to play everything. So it's okay. But beginning of this has the Burst Rider fight, and this is what Oliv considers the most difficult fight to execute in the whole game. This thing has 4 things that we need to kill: a backpack, a gun, a sled, and a core. And once we get into that fight, I'm going to give her serious time until she at least gets the backpack and gun taken care of, because this is a fight that can easily spiral. So good luck, Liv.
It's 11 deaths so far, I believe. Because it's 8 from the first continue, and then we're at 3 so far on this one. Come on. Let me get that backpack. We're through the hard part. We're just gonna run his pockets now.
Yeah, getting the backpack was the important part, really.
That might get me killed.
Yeah, really nice to not get the backpack and the gun out of the way. Those clog up the screen with so many missiles. They're extremely difficult to deal with. It's like the sled and the core are not nearly as dangerous now.
I don't think we got quite enough damage on the core for the 2 cycle. I was playing it a little close, trying to salvage the sled, but I think we'll be okay. Worst case, the S rank is more important. I don't want to have to go into practice mode.
Yeah, for an S rank, we need to get a full 100% hit rate with no deaths or continues, so it's definitely a tall order, but let's get
Okay, no,
nice.
Now we got the fast kill.
Yeah, really good burst fighter there. He's scary.
Through the hard fight.
We
And
need
now
to
we
get
to
everything on the
relax.
shaft now. Yeah. Like this is gonna be one of the times where we actually do get to use the charge grenade launcher, because the charge grenade launcher uses homing missiles, which is really good for this section.
Yeah, this is not stage we're going to see it in this category. It's not super useful, but there's a lot of really weak things that we need to kill in this stage, and it just kind of trivializes having to aim. Especially in that beginning missile section, because those are all RNG.
It at least does more work than the charge machine gun.
Yeah, charge machine gun is useless outside of machine gun percent, and even there it's really not that great. You're going to use partial charge more than anything else. Alright, it's time to train our brain for minutes today.
I will say the explosions in this part are going to get really loud, like even more than they already have. This game's like volume mastering and mixing is really compressed, as Soda usually is, so just prepare your ears as we destroy the pinhead here.
You know, I was wondering how there could possibly be a Brain Age reference in this game.
Oh, I barely missed it. That's fine. The S rank is more important.
Yeah, we'll be pretty easily getting 100% just killing everything along the way, so that's not the issue, it's just surviving. Like all the static targets are pretty easy to get in that one. Nice fight.
I take this hallway a little slower than I normally would, because we do have to kill everything, and I can't risk dying because I do need the S rank, and these guys can actually be a little problematic if you're not on top of them.
They're problematic in every other Contra game. I wouldn't be surprised if they're not problematic here.
Know how he got away from me.
Alright, well, that leaves just the boss fight here. We've got Jim and Yo, this giant fish that honestly looks like a House of the Dead 3 design, and I wouldn't be surprised considering both this and House of the Dead 3 came out around the same time. I really do love that design now. So we've got a little bit of auto-scroller, but we just need to take out these other remaining targets here. But once we actually reach the top of the room, we have a cycle that Gyo follows where it's going to do a leap, going to do some platform strikes from below where we'll need to get off the platforms as it tries to charge below them.
That was the wrong weapon. So much for the one cycle. Alright, that's fine.
And then after the platform strikes, we do have the suction where we're going to be doing the bulk of our damage. Really unfortunate we can't do damage during this, this part of the phase.
We already missed the one cycle, so we're not going to risk it. We need the S-Rack to pull us back into overall A. So we're just going to do the safe strat.
Smart call. Yeah, you can definitely sneak in so many more charge shots if you're very daring, but you need the good timing for that to actually work out. And you still, these platforms are a little deceptive with landing on them.
Yeah, if we had a nickel for every time I walked off these platforms in this fight. Oh boy.
Really? You're just gonna not say the line like that?
That's right. I'm not giving the people what they want.
Alright, hopefully we'll kill right there. Nice. We got our 100%, no deaths, so we are back on track. Great work.
Yeah, we should be good here. We'll know in a sec when we get to our results screen.
People in chat are saying the Jin Mengyo looks like a twisted seaman.
Yeah, he's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Yep, overall A, we're good. Alright, we did it, Patrick. We saved the run.
Alright, now that we've finished the initial 4 stages that you could pick in order, now we're going to play Archipelago. This will be the last stage that we play in the bad ending percent, but we're going to be playing all stages as long as we do well here. This is a really nightmare first set of screens. Like, this boss isn't too bad right here, but it's such a really cool design, just like Mud Slug.
With a car for a shell?
Yeah!
That's awesome!
Oh, and the car
yes,
actually
son of a gun.
drives as well.
This game
Like,
is so cool.
We were talking about this before, but like, this game is so extra even for a Contra game. That's definitely to its benefit. But this next section is actually really dangerous too, because there's these blades coming up, and they will damage us if we touch them, so we need to just very carefully push them out of the way. And then we have a very scary mini-boss coming up. Hey, you remember that that defense wall from the beginning of Contra 1? Well, it's here, and it's very scary to start. Luke's doing a great job handling. We want to get that turret and the snipers out the way first. Now we can just focus on the core here and deal with the melee enemies.
I'm not guys having second thoughts.
He's just like, no, I saw what you did, my buddy. I'm out of here. And now we have the Lance fight. This is a multi-phase fight, and I'm just going to say, we haven't really talked about the story, so I'm going to talk about that real quick while Liv is doing all the damage. Basically, Bill Reiser was in prison for supposedly killing a whole bunch of people, and once we got out of prison, we have to deal with our good friend Lance, who's unfortunately not our friend anymore because he's actually the lead of the Red Falcon group. Nice dodge there. Yeah, Lance has a ton of HP, and this has multiple fights to get through. So we have, what, another 4 or 5 phases right here. Gomer Ramos, we're going to get rid of the eggs on the side first, give us some more room and some hit rate to work with.
Fascinated to learn how we go from a man in a room to this.
Oh, it's only going to get weirder from here.
It's Contra, I don't know what you expected.
Yeah, Java we can at least stand on any part that's not the head, and even though it fills the room, we'll kill it long before it's a problem. It's really the next fight that's the issue. Because we have these 2 Kimcos right here, and we want to keep their HP roughly even because when one dies, the other tends to go for a snowfall attack, which is extremely dangerous. So we want to be able to finish them off as close to each other as possible. So live very carefully counting your shots here.
That should be fine. Alright, you going up or down? Up or down? Okay, time for snowfall. Oh, okay, that wasn't too bad.
Yeah, you got it out of the way before it got too nasty. Press hand's pretty easy right here. We're just gonna pull ourselves to the ceiling after this initial wave.
Alright, we're gonna have to take one extra part of Yaba to stay on our rate. It's gonna be one of the eyes.
Yeah, there's multiple parts of Yaba. You can kill the eyes, you can kill the snake heads on the sides. The core is the main weak one, but since we did take that heavy death, we do need to kill one extra eye to make up for the minus 2%.
That'll put us at 87 overall.
Yeah, so we even have one extra deathless there. Even we got an extra eye too, so we're safe there. So great stage. We're all like that early death didn't really cost much. All right, and since we still have our A rank, we can continue on to stage 6 right here. So story-wise, turns out, hey, Bill was framed for killing all those people. Who would have thought? And we're going to go stop, what is it, the Triumvirate that is controlling the alien artifact. They want it for their own purposes. But we're going to deal with Mr. Heli-Robo first.
He's back.
Since he didn't get to actually show up in stage 1, he got crushed earlier. This is actually an extremely dangerous fight right here. There's a bunch of missile barrages and electric pillars that Liv needs to manage. So I'm going to let her focus once we get to the start of this damage healing phase.
Oh, you jerk. He's literally like one strong gust of wind from falling over and going into phase 2.
I was going to joke, use like the partial charge machine gun to meme it.
No.
Alright, then into phase 2 right here. We've got soccer balls, we've got beams, we've got slides. Definitely not as scary as the first phase right here, but we do want to make sure we have our lives in case things go wrong during the final boss rushes here. It's all just boss rush from here on out.
Should be 1 or 2 more shots. Very good, Heli Robo.
Yeah, nicely handled. Alright, so we're gonna go deal with the Triumvirate fusing with the alien artifact, and they can't really control it all that well, so we're going to have many phases here. Very much Earthbound style. We're gonna start with the Celestial, the ultimate being here, which has some pretty dangerous melee attacks. They're pretty quick. We also have the balls. Nice jumps over them. Carefully bait that out of the way. The other head, nice. The frog is a little dangerous if we get the wrong attacks. We're just gonna hope that we can get during the bomb phase. He's just jumping for joy and we have to murder him.
Easy frog, easy life. All right, this is the scary phase. So serious time, so I can deal with Tohoing through the jellyfish.
Yep. Yeah, the jellyfish have active hitboxes if they are destroyed and come down. So I'm gonna give her serious time so she can dodge. Nice. Disrespected with the partial charge, too. And the last two phases, like, this one's really funny here, because this atomic cell is actually supposed to be very dangerous, but this is one of the few times the machine gun's actually useful. If we stand in the bottom left and just crouch, all the projectiles almost always just get destroyed by this, and we can damage the cell from here.
There's a 99% chance they'll just run into the report from the rifle and get taken out on their own accord.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't commentator curse that.
And then last but not least, the vital gonad.
This one's supposed to be like a really, really dangerous fight, but if we just aim the grenade launcher straight up while ducking, all the little sperm just kind of run into the explosions most of the time. We kill it before it's a problem. Like that.
They almost snuck around it. Like, it's RNG. Sometimes they go straight for you. Sometimes they run into the explosion.
Well, since we kept our A-rank threat, we do get to play the last stage. So stage 7 is just one last boss fight against the grotesque chimera, as the cell is very, very destabilized. So we're just going to have one giant explosion escape sequence. There's only two real attacks to worry about here. We have balls, where we're going to try and stay close and crouch under. They can kind of bounce around, so Flynn has to be very careful with where they move. And then we just have the flames, where we're just going to try and jump over them, which also have two different patterns. Time is not going to be when hit rate turns 100%. It's actually going to be when Liv stops firing her gun, which is several seconds after.
That attack is very ambiguous. There's two different ways you can fire them, and you don't know what she's going to do, so you just kind of have to go for a dodging pattern that will dodge both.
Nice fight. Time's coming up when we stop firing our gun.
I'll always respect him. Let's shoot him a little more.
Look, if you're gonna bake him and flame from behind, you gotta cook him from the front too. And that's time. Well, big GG's.
Yeah, despite everything that went off the rails, that's actually only 24 seconds off my PB.
Yeah, and you had to back up an S rank as well, which costed time in itself. So that was an extremely good run for you.
I'm happy with that. I also split late on the final boss, but it's whatever. So yeah, that's Contra Shattered Soldier. I got to do math now on deaths. It was I think it was 11 deaths. Might have been 12. I don't know.
I didn't notice any since the last time you said 11.
No, I died once in Heli Robo, so it would have been 12 then.
12 deaths.
Wow.
All right, so yeah, I was gonna donate per death, but that was before I found out that I need a root canal, which is happening next week. And
no.
The American healthcare system considers teeth a luxury, so y'all know how that goes. Any roads. This game is really fun. It's really fun to play casually if you like run and gun shooters. If you don't like run and gun shooters, probably don't play it, because it's very much a run and gun fan's run and gun game. It's basically all boss rush. It is my favorite Contra, and it's not even close. It's great music, great boss designs, great fight designs. It's really, really cool. I highly recommend it. I'm Olivia Fairlight. You can find me at that place that's linked in chat. I stream this. I'm doing a bunch of retro treatment stuff. Might start streaming rhythm games again. I don't know. I'm kind of semi-retired at this point. Yeah, I don't know. Spend a lot of time doing this. I spend a lot of time in the extraction shooter Torment Nexus. I'll probably be streaming Marathon Season 2 now that we're done with Power Up with Pride prep in my household. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, checking the run out. Hopefully everyone had fun. Zelo, plug yourself.
Yeah, I'm Zelo or Zello, whatever you want to say it. You can find me at twitch.tv/Zelo. That's 3 L's, 3 O's. I also do my share of music games to make up for Liv, and I do my share of speedruns as well.
All right, cool. And on that note, I'm hungry. I'm gonna save because
And I actually have to go to work, so
yeah, you and your graveyard shifts.
I know.
All right, yeah, I need food. I'm really excited to see this Super Mario Shuffler. That was one that when we put the schedule together, like the entire scheduling committee was like, yes, this. We were all like super psyched that Skyblow submitted that. So I'm gonna Grubhub my dinner and sit back and watch this next run on the edge of my seat, and hopefully you all will do the same with as much chair as you need to fully enjoy it. That's all from me for this time. As always, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, do what you need to do. Go Birds. See you next mission.
See y'all next mission.
All right, thank you very much for Liv and Zello for that run. And Liv, I am sorry for blowing up you with a flare in the pre-show. We're going to go ahead and take a little bit of a break, and when we come back, we are going to have that Super Mario Shuffler that we've been teasing you with for a little while now. But just before we nip off, there was one donation during that run I didn't get a chance to read. $5 from Jason WFT, who says, "Trans rights." we have a $75 donation from Corundum Core. Says, more marathon please, donating to the Super Mario World 11 exit. And as a reminder, or in case you're just joining us, you're watching Power Up with Pride 2026, our flagship summer event. If you missed any runs in the marathon so far, you can find them uploaded after the marathon on our YouTube channel. You can also stay up to date on this event and any future events by following us on Blue Sky or by joining our Discord. Links to all of those can be found in the panels below the stream or by using !social in the chat. Stay tuned, just a few minutes. We are going to be coming with the Super Mario All-Stars Shuffler. Plus a little bonus, courtesy of Skybells. All right, folks. Well, it has been a wonderful afternoon here with all of you. We blasted through 4K. We listened to some incredible music. But all good things must come to an end. And I am also hungry. But this has been absolutely wonderful, and I'm going to leave you all in the wonderful hands of Jaxler for our delightful next run. Plus, if you listen closely tomorrow, you'll hear a little bit more from me. All right. Everybody, have a fantastic evening. Trans rights, and remember, we protect us.
All right, hello everybody, and welcome back to Power Up with Pride 2026. If you're just tuning in, we are raising money this weekend for Point of Pride. They are a trans-led 501c3 nonprofit organization, and they have served tens of thousands of people in all 50 states and 100 plus countries by providing access to gender-affirming health and wellness services. If you're interested in contributing, go ahead and type !donate in chat to learn more. If you want to learn more about them and some of their projects that they work on and what your donations are going towards, visit pointofpride.org. While we were finishing up that amazing Contra run, we had a very, very special donation come in that I'd like to share. We had a $650 donation from Super Blood Wolf Moon that says 13 deaths equals 650 for Point of Pride. Thanks for everything you've done for the event today and over the past several months. Go live! Go birds! Thank you so, so much. And with that, okay, not only have we absolutely crushed the add SMW11 exit to our very next run, but pulling back the curtain a little bit, we were supposed to have another incentive for this run that would have been unlocked after that, for adding the special world into the SMW portion of this run. And because we overkilled the previous incentive so hard, we have also met that incentive too before you all even knew it existed. Thank you all so much for your support. I am just absolutely blown away by y'all. Oh my goodness.